mental health is real, seek help, end the stigma. On the news this evening, reactions as PDP BOT recognizes Ude Okoye as National Secretary. One chance robbery suspect arrested in Rivers State. No new verification exercise for shop allocation at Rumuwoji Market, Rivers State. President Tinubu increases 2025 budget. And on the foreign scene, USAID staff to go on leave starting Friday. I'm Sam Chinedu, and the news continues after the break. Welcome back. The PDP Board of Trustees, BOT, has backed Sunday Ude Okoye as National Secretary of the party. The BOT's decision is contained in a communique issued after a meeting in Abuja today. They urge the party's National Working Committee, NWC, to immediately swear him in as the substantive National Secretary of the party. The PDP BOT Chairman, Adolphus Wabara, said the BOT's decision was based on the report of a committee chaired by Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Kabiru Turaki, which thoroughly reviewed the legal and constitutional aspects of the matter. As you may know, both Mr. Okoye and Senator Samuel Anyanwu are laying claim to the PDP Secretary's office, a development that is now pitching members of the party against one another. Reacting to this, a Port Harcourt-based lawyer, Vincent Chukwu, says Senator Samuel Anyanwu can no longer present himself as a PDP National Secretary until the Supreme Court delivers a final ruling. Speaking to correspondent Suibi Oruwari, Mr. Chukwu explained that the court denied the stay of execution filed by Senator Anyanwu.
The judgment can now go into effect. The court did not stop the trial court or the judgment creditor to go on with the execution of the judgment. The person who won the case in that judgment becomes the substantive person over and above the person that lost. So far there is no stay, then Anyanwu can no longer continue to act as secretary. He can no longer parade or act as secretary of PDP because the judgment is not stayed. So the judgment creditor can go ahead and execute the judgment, whereby the other person can now begin to act as the secretary because there is no stay.
Mr. Chukwu also spoke about the court's decision means for Anyanwu and the PDP if they continue to disobey the appeal court judgment sitting in Enugu State.
No, you can bring a stay of execution at the Supreme Court, but the Supreme Court, they may grant accelerated hearing, they may not grant the stay. But if they did not grant the stay, it then means they can implement the judgment of the lower court, of the Court of Appeal.
Okay.
Because there is no stay. So Anyanwu can no longer, or PDP can no longer parade Anyanwu as his secretary.
Okay.
Because there is no stay, even by the Supreme Court. That is contempt. That will amount to contempt. They can plant committal proceedings against PDP and Anyanwu to commit them to prison.
In the meantime, former PDP National Publicity Secretary Kola Ologbodiyan has accused the PDP acting national chairman Umar Damagum of being the architect of the challenges facing the party. Mr. Ologbodiyan, who was speaking on Nigeria Info's Morning Crossfire in Lagos today, said the PDP chairman should take responsibility for whatever befalls the party and look for a solution to the problems instead of apportioning blame.
The National Executive Committee of the party ought to hold meetings every quarter. Since April, we're in February. Damagum has not called one NEC meeting. It is the governors' forum who are now insisting that NEC must hold. The constitution of the People's Democratic Party is very clear on NEC holding. So Ambassador Elias Umar Damagum cannot come and sit in court of his own self and apportion blame.
Mr. Ologbonio says the party is severely challenged but not dead yet. He says until the issues in the party are resolved, it will be difficult to answer the question about the PDP's readiness to take over from the APC.
The issue of whether the PDP is prepared to rescue the nation from the stranglehold of the All Progressives Congress and its government. For now, until the issues in the party are resolved in one way or the other, it's going to be difficult to answer yes or no to the question.
In another development, the Senate has terminated the appointment of the resident electoral commissioners of Abia, Adamawa, and Sokoto states, following the request from President Bola Tinubu. The affected Rex Aikemefuna Uzochukwu, Hudu Ari, and Nura Ali, they were suspended in 2023 over allegations of electoral misconduct, including violations of the Electoral Act, election compromise, and fraud and abandonment of duty. Moving on, the Bonny Legislative Assembly has passed a vote of confidence on the chairman of the council, Anengi Barasua Claude Wilcox, for her exemplary leadership, vision, and unwavering commitment to the development of Bonny local government area. The Legislative Council, during her sitting on Tuesday, said Mrs. Claude Wilcox has shown an impressive track record of achievements in human capital development, infrastructure, peace, and security. The council, in a statement by its leader, Erefa Alaputa, and clerk Sopakate Jack, expressed gratitude to the chairman for her visionary leadership, which has paved for numerous developmental projects as well as stimulating economic growth. The statement also promised to give support to the chairman's future plans and projects to further elevate the standard of living in Bonny local government area. Away from that, the country manager, Natural Justice Mike Kiripo, says the demand of the Ogoni people is clear, that the sharing of its resources and revenue should be on the basis of mutuality, justice, and equity. Mr. Kiripo, in an interview, said the Ogoni people are willing to support the federal government's quest to start oil exploration in its region as long as it is beneficial to everybody.
We are willing to share. We are willing to allow the government come back and resume oil extraction. We see the difficulty that Nigeria is in right now, and we are willing to support the Nigerian state. We don't have a problem. We just say we have to do this so that everybody is carried along. Everybody benefits from this process.
Mr. Kiripo said the issue of inclusivity is a major concern. He wants consultations halted and the facilitation group expanded to accommodate women and youths. Recall there are moves by the presidency to resume oil exploration in Ogoniland. Sometime in January, President Bola Tinubu met with leaders of Ogoniland and urged them to collaborate with the federal government to develop the oil-rich community. This week, the president signed a bill for the establishment of the Federal University of Environmental Technology in Ogoni. Still to come, no new verification exercise for shop allocation at Rumuwoji Market, River State. Stay with us. We Welcome back to the rest of the news. The Rivers State Police Command has arrested 5 suspects allegedly involved in a one-chance robbery gang. The spokesperson of the command, Grace Iringekoko, in a statement, said operatives of the surveillance patrol team attached to the Hypercity unit were on patrol along NLNG Road, Eastern Bypass, Port Harcourt, when they received a distress call from a victim. The victim said her phone had been stolen by the occupants of a green Volkswagen Vento saloon car. SP Iringekoko said the team swiftly took action, intercepted the vehicle, and arrested the suspects. She named the suspects as 45-year-old Ifeanyi Ugo, 45-year-old Paulina Ibe, 30-year-old Nneka Precious Sunday, 31-year-old Christopher Ibe, and 48-year-old Onyinyechi Ibe. According to the statement, the suspects and the recovered vehicle are in police custody and preliminary investigation is ongoing. Meanwhile, some commercial drivers in Rivers State have again complained about the harassment by the task force overseeing the purchase of 200 Naira Obiakpo local government stickers. The drivers who visited the Kuwazubia Info Complex today claimed they were detained for days without food or water by task force officials. They say unidentified officials intimidated them, with one driver reporting that his vehicle was seized and he was asked to pay 30,000 Naira to get it back.
So I was arrested by illegal task force, Obiakpo task force, with 12 my members. So they arrested me on Monday with a open door police station, and they collected 130,000 in my hands. They dumped me there for 2 days, no food, no water.
I just they drive from my tree. They call you go fast. I reach St. John's. I park my motor. I see some certain boys. They dress the way they dress. I don't understand. No apron, no ID card. They come meet me say where my Obiakpo ticket. I say what thing happen now? We know they buy Obiakpo ticket. Say since they stop Obiakpo ticket. I know they don't bring me down because they begin beating me.
They hold my motor for Iwofe Road, and they tell us say no task force. But I don't know where this task force then go from. Come out now, motor day there, and they say I go bring 30,000.
On his part, the chairman of the Urban Drivers Association for the Choba unit, Best Chile, said drivers are unaware of the Obiakpo ticket requirement. Mr. Chile accused a tax officer, Akinsumi Akintunde, of stopping their vehicles and harassing drivers.
I have confronted them that which one is Obiakpo ticket. Even before today, what we know then, before the previous government came to our aid, was just Nolge. We don't know anything like Obiakpo ticket or any other local government ticket. The vehicle they drive, they are not the owners of those vehicles. They remit to the owners of the vehicles. At the end of the day, they go home with little thing. We are not making any headway. Last week, Monday, one of the task force, who goes by name Akinsami Akintunde, accosted our vehicles. When I called him on phone, asked him what is going on. He said that I will take the vehicle to Julius if I don't come to pay money. I said, for what? What is Obiakpo ticket?
Also, chairman of the Urban Drivers Association for the Iwofe unit, Chuk Stephen, alleged that Mr. Akintunde is working with the police to seize their vehicles.
Yeah, this man, Akinsumi Akintunde, that came telling us that he has collected operational authority letter from Obiakpo local government chairman to operate, to work as task force against drivers in Iwofe unit. Yesterday, my drivers called me that Akinsumi has stopped them work. They have heard 2 of our bosses, police, collaborate with police. They are working with police to pack our bosses in police station. They called me that 2 of our bosses were packed in police station, Rimolimi police station. They said that the man has authority letter, that he has right to impound any vehicle anywhere he likes.
Reacting to this, Akinsumi Akintunde said he is not working with the police. He said the chairman of Obiakpo local government area, Chijoke Ihunwo, gave him an operational letter to carry out his operations.
I'm not working with any police. The Obiakpo chairman give me appointment letter to enforce their tickets. What we are asking for now, local government tickets only. I'm not carrying any police to harass anybody. No. No, now only tickets, Obiakpo tickets, which I have the authority letter.
In other news, the leader of Phase 2 shop owners at the Rumowoji Mile 1 Market, Blessing George Will, has dismissed rumors of a new verification exercise for shop allocation. Mrs. Blessing George Will, who is also a member of the Rivers State Reconciliation Committee, in an interview with correspondent Emeka, said the process of allocating the shops to their original owners has already been completed. She said the allocation is strictly for those whose shops were destroyed by the 2013 fire.
There is no verification. The people that fire cut off with their goods, they are the people our governor is putting back to the shop only. And we are done with verification process. Finished everything before we went back to court. So anybody taking any means of verification, I strongly believe it has nothing to do with the Phase 2 Maiwo market.
President Bola Tinubu has raised the proposed 2025 budget from 49.7 trillion naira to 54.2 trillion naira. President Tinubu said the increase was driven by 1.4 trillion naira in additional revenue from the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, 1.2 trillion naira from the Nigeria Customs Service, NCS, and 1.8 trillion naira generated by other government-owned agencies. The budget adjustment was made known in separate letters sent to both Senate and House of Representatives. To health now, President Bola Tinubu has approved an increase in the retirement age for doctors and other healthcare workers from 60 to 65 years. The National Publicity Secretary, Nigeria Medical Association, Manir Bature, made the disclosure in a statement today in Lagos. The news continues after the break. Welcome back. On the international scene, thousands of employees at the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, will be placed on leave from Friday night. A USAID statement said the order would affect all direct hire personnel, except those on mission-critical functions, leadership, and specially designated programs. It follows a string of cuts U.S. President Donald Trump has made to government-funded programs since returning to office last month. His administration said USAID is wasting money and needs to align with its policy priorities. On the news this evening, you heard there have been reactions as PDP BOT recognizes Ude Okoye as the authentic national secretary. 5 one-chance robbery suspects have been arrested in Rivers State. There will be no new verification trillion naira to 54.2 trillion naira. And on the front scene, USAID staff will go on leave starting Friday. The news was edited by Martha Okere. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I'm Sam Chinedu. Thanks for listening.